Hello folks, this is Mr. Dan coming to you from the Landscape Design Classroom, and today I'm going to talk to you about vegetative growth. So just what is growth anyway? It's an irreversible increase in volume and or weight. Plant growth occurs by an increase in cell numbers and cell size. In cell division and enlargement involves the synthesis of new cellular materials. So primary and secondary growth. Primary growth takes place in young herbaceous organs, resulting in an increase in length of shoots and roots. Secondary growth follows primary growth in some plants and results in an increased girth as layers of woody tissue are laid down. And monocots and herbaceous dicots typically exhibit only primary growth. So plant germination steps: water absorption, enzyme activation, hydrolysis and catabolism, which is the breakdown and use of storage compounds. Initiation of embryo growth, and anabolism, which is the building up of tissue, and formation of new cell structures. And finally, emergence of seedling. Four environmental factors affecting germination: water, which needs adequate continuous supply; light stimulates or inhibits germination; oxygen, which respiration increases during germination; and heat, which temperature affects both percentage and rate of germination. So 4 factors that permit dormancy: thick seed coat. These seeds must be scarified to germinate. So that's when you take a seed and you kind of like scratch some scars into it to kind of get that growth to start much quicker. Sometimes the seed coat will be too thick and won't even let any growth happen at all unless you scar it. So thin seed coat, a pigment reacts with light to trigger germination. Insufficient development, these seeds usually need fungi in the soil for food. And then inhibitors: abscisic acid must degrade over winter before seeds sprout, or phenolic compounds in desert plants. So there's always something that can be, usually it's one of these 4 factors that will make a seed go dormant. So make sure you're scarring them. Make sure you're looking at the seed and doing your research before you're doing anything to your seed, just to make sure that you're doing the right thing and using the right method. So what about garden seeds? Most lack any kind of dormancy mechanism. So if you're buying seeds off the shelf at Lowe's or any other store, you can just throw these in the ground, you're good to go. But like I said, always make sure you're doing your research. So they're ready to sprout with moisture and warmth. Root and shoot growth. Root and shoot systems tend to remain balanced. As the top of the plant grows, the leaf area increases and water loss through the transpiration increases. So the larger your plant gets, the more water is going to be going through it. And increased water loss is made up by water absorption from an increasing root system. So you might lose water through the leaves, but if you have the proper water going into the soil, it's going to be sucked up through the roots and kind of take on the brunt of that. So 3 patterns of shoot growth. You have annuals, complete life cycle in less than 1 year, which is flowering and seeds during the summer. Biennials grow for 2 growing seasons. First year it stores energy, and in the second year produces flowers and fruits for herbaceous. And perennials grow more than 2 years, can be herbaceous or woody. So you have a lot of perennials out there and a lot of annuals. And there's a lot of annual shrubs. So don't think everything is just a perennial. So phase of plant growth or growth for plants, you have embryonic growth, juvenile growth, which is unable to form flowers even if environmental factors are favorable. Maturity produces flowers, fruit, and seed, may change physical appearance. And then senescence, which is terminal, irreversible, deteriorative change in living organisms leading to cell breakdown and death. So if you really look at it, it's kind of like how we grow as humans, except we don't produce flowers. But we do go through a embryonic growth inside the womb to a juvenile growth growing up when you reach maturity, and then at the end, senescence. So that was a quick one today. If you have any questions at all, please get in touch with me down in the Landscape Design Classroom, and I appreciate your time. You have a great day, folks.